Today I get to share with you the rainy day junk journals that I have just completed. I will be listing these 3 in my shop tonight. However, only one of them is open and available for sale to anyone. 2 of them have been reserved, and you will see that on each individual listing it will say reserved for. So the one that will be available for sale to anyone, however, is called the Make Believe Parade. These journals will be available tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in my shop. The link to my shop is below. And these journals are all made of vintage children's books. This first one is a wonder book, but the illustrations are by Eloise Wilkins. So evidently she did some of these as well as little golden books. And this one measures 6 1/8 by 8 1/8. All 3 of them have a 1.5 inch reinforced spine covered in fabric and 2 signatures. Each signature has it will be in the description, I believe 18 pages, maybe 20. And so the total number of pages, of course, is that times 2 and then back and front. So each one of them also has a tassel. They are very similar. The only ones that are different, there are 2 books, including this one, that have a yellow piece of sari silk in the tassel because there was so much yellow in the book. But there's a variety of yarns, fabric strips, really fun crinkly silver, satin trim, this super fun, unique, variegated chenille yarn, some eyelash trim, and then also buried deep in here are some teardrop beads that look like raindrops and some other miscellaneous beads that I just put on some thread. And I've attached it with one of these little guys. Oh, and also all 4 of them have beads tied to the dangling part that sew the signatures in the center of each signature. I have a removable sari silk tie closure, so if you don't like that hanging down, you're welcome to remove it, but I decided to do this form of closure instead of something that wrapped around because I did not want to cover up any of the beautiful images on the covers of these books. Okay, so on this one I left the original end page because it was just so lovely. And I will also say that none of these books have the intact story. I took the pages from all 4 of the books actually, and when I say 4, I'm keeping one of them, but 3 of them I decided to sell. So there will be book pages from all of the stories sort of interspersed. Some of the book pages did not have anything to do with rain because the story sort of went from being outside to children going inside, and so I tried to only pick the pages for the most part that showed rain. So that's kind of why I decided to make that decision. Here we have a double pocket. Here is one of the watercolor images that my daughter makes. She does such a great job and loves helping me, and so she made a few embellishments for these. And then we have a journaling card and a little tag with a dictionary definition of the word rainbow. And then here is one of those fabric tags that you might have seen me make on the video last week. I did a little tutorial. Super fun. And then here's a side pocket with some, this is actually foil vinyl, the same one that you just saw. And tucked into here, I have this little journaling card. I added some silver raindrops coming down. And then another little, it's like a calendar card for April, which it's not April anymore, but it's April showers. So that's why I added that. This is a beautiful, beautiful book page given to me in Happy Mail by Carol. And I put a little fabric tab, some vellum, The little bags in here are sort of a wax paper sandwich bag, and I've added embellishments to each side of them. And then just 2 tiny little cards for journaling. Here's some writing paper that I've punched the edge of for you. And then throughout these, I have quotes and Bible verses that are dealing with rain that I typed on my typewriter. Here's some wallpaper. I chose this pattern because to me it looked kind of like the trails that raindrops leave when they're going down a window pane or a glass windshield. And I've sewn a fabric ruffle to the edge of that. Here we have a vellum pocket that I have dyed with some distress ink and then embossed with polka dots. And then inside here we have a paint chip pocket. I think it's really supposed to be this way because it's raining cats and dogs. Isn't that so cute? And then a little journaling card. Here's a song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Put a little rainbow here because after rain, many times follows a rainbow. This is a French textbook that I put in, and it had to do with rain or weather. This is a beautiful, beautiful teardrop vintage lace that I have been holding on to for a couple of years. And attached to it is a bead dangle with this beautiful glass aqua colored bead and tiny little silver seed beads. This is Kool-Aid dyed paper. This is vintage wrapping paper. And then here, another one of my daughter's watercolors, and I've drawn some raindrops coming out of a little paper cloud. I put in a flashcard tuck spot, and then these are some of the, when you see images like this, I got a lot of the public domain images that were from old books, and so this is one of them. This is French. And then this is from a Disneyland magazine, and it's a scene with Mowgli and Baloo dancing in the rain. A lot of the journaling cards and tags have sewn elements in this journal. I did a lot of sewing in this journal, all 4 of them. A science book page. Here's another quote. 2 more little cards tucked here. This is one of my homemade flashcards, and then just a little rainbow journaling spot. Here's the center of the signature. Isn't that cute? And then we have, this is from the Itsy Bitsy Spider, out of a children's book that I have that has songs or hand songs, and this is a public domain image of little children in the rain, and another book image. And this is from a college yearbook. This is some spectators at a football game who are sitting in the middle of the rain to watch it. And here's another reproduced antique book page image. Another journaling card and a little flashcard digital. A fabric pocket. And then this is an ad from a popular it's either Popular Mechanics or Work Basket. I pulled ads from both of those. And then another journaling card. Fabric tab. Here is an umbrella that I created out of some antique lace. I had this very long, very interesting shaped piece of lace that I got in Happy Mail. It looks almost like a collar, but I created an umbrella and did a little umbrella handle with cardstock. Here's another one of those cute little digitals that I was able to find with a duck with boots. And then I sewed some vintage gray ribbon here. More journaling space. I put a little cardstock tab with a little place for a bead dangle, and this is sort of a pearlescent cloud dangle. Can you see that? I thought those were just perfect. This is from an Eloise Wilkins book, and then inside here is another antique book page reproduction. So this is a full page pocket. Look at this sweet image here. I put a ruffle on this bag, and then we have a ticket and another little card. A fabric flip with a variety of sizes and patterns. This is an upside down pocket, and all of the journals have a scrap paper pad in the corresponding colors. So I thought this was a perfect spot for that. And then I have attached this little card with a brad so you can move it and write underneath. A belly band, and then in here we have a flashcard. And then this is a digital that I created myself because I could not find exactly what I was looking for online, or didn't want to pay what people were charging for an actual vintage rain check. So this is a rain check that would have been given by a retail establishment. I wanted it to look 70s looking, so I chose this font. But this is just one of the things that you would get if the item that you would like to have on sale was out of stock. You could bring this back and redeem it later in the store. I don't really hear about rain checks much anymore, so I think they're pretty super awesome retro memories. And then here is a raincoat, raindrop rainfall dictionary excerpt, and another one of the flashcards. Fabric ruffle on some ledger. Another fun book page. Here is some dyed cheesecloth that I've just sewn down with this little digital here. And then this is some Kool-Aid dyed paper, and I stapled on Happy Place. This is the cover, you know, the first page of this story. Here it is here. Look at the reflections on the street. And then here is a vintage shower gift enclosure card. And then this cute little image of the mama ducks and baby ducks. This is a vintage quilt square. I guess it's a quilt hexagon. And I've just sewn some sari silk and some more of that beautiful trim. Little image here of a father and son. Another bead. This is another raindrop. And then I don't know if you can see it really well, but these tiny little clear beads are teardrop shaped. They are so beautiful and so clear and lustrous. I found these at an estate sale recently, and I was like, how perfect. I mean, those, I could not have hand chosen a better bead for these little journals. Another children's reader image there. Here's another digital that I found. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is some vintage gift wrap that I've made into a tag. I put some little glitter raindrops here. In the center, we have a doily that I spray painted with some alcohol spray. Here's another one of my daughter's images, and I've added some glossy accents to the little, see if I can show you the shine. The little drop on his nose is, it looks wet. It's so cute. This is one of my favorite children's authors, Guio Fujikawa. And this is the poem that goes with this, so I put this tag in here. And this is from a Boy Scout book. Little fabric tab. I love that fabric. Here's a Bible verse on this page. Little envelope made from a song sheet and just a little journaling card. Y'all excuse my nails. I literally just finished working on these, and the glues that you use making these is not too friendly on nail polish, so I always have to redo my nails when I'm done making a journal. Another fabric ruffle. Here's another beautiful image. I thought the peach in her dress went beautifully with this page right here. Washi tape. Here's a Rita flip with another watercolor, and then I've done some fibers. I tried to do some things in this journal to stretch myself. The paper tabs with the eyelet, I've never done this before, and then I also tried to incorporate a lot of fiber when I was making clusters, and it was so fun. This is an image from a Reader's Digest book and a vintage flashcard. And this is an Ideals book page right here. This is from the Disney cartoon about Ben Franklin. That's his little mouse helper. And then each of the journals also has a little tiny, mini tiny book. And here's a Winnie the Pooh journaling card. Okay, so this one will be my shop as the Make Believe Parade. As I said, this is the only one that is available up for grabs for anyone to purchase. If at any time, if I'm making and showing something coming soon and you would like to possibly reserve it, then please reach out to me on Etsy or in my Gmail, which is below, and let me know, and I can certainly reserve. I'm going to try that sort of on a interim basis to see how it works, but this will be the only one of the three available for sale in my shop tonight. Here's one of the reserved ones. It's very similar, so I'm going to go through a little bit faster. I incorporated many of the same items in it, but of course each one does have its own flair. More of the beautiful beads hanging down here, and then the dyed sari silk in this beautiful cerulean blue. This one is tied with blue thread. And then the little child had written his name here, so I covered over that with a label. This is from a poem, and I've just put it here and then glued these raindrop rhinestones down, and I used some decorative stitching on this pocket. Here is the mini book for this one. This is an image taken from Highlights magazine. Sometimes these paper clips are a little too tight. And then this is made out of a science book page. I love this quote. My mom says that when it rains, you never feel like you should be anywhere but home. I remember my mom, if she saw it was about to storm and we were out, she would be like, oh, we need to get home. I only like to be at home when it storms. And I'm kind of the same way now. Here's some more of the cheesecloth. This is from a Alfred piano course. The same books that I learned how to play with. And a dictionary tag. And another image from the Jungle Book. The embossed pocket. And on this little guy, I have just glued one of the foil raindrops. Here's a belly band, and then the picture of the children again, and another snippet from the Itsy Bitsy Spider. The bead dangle on this is the raindrop with the tiny raindrops. Another belly band with fibers and trim. And then we have a journaling card and two public domain images. Kool-Aid dye paper, a Bible verse. Here's the little bag with Christopher Robin and Pooh, and 2 little cards. Another image from the French book. Cute little boot with tulips. And then on the edge of this page, I have clipped another vintage shower card. This one's for the bride. This umbrella is sort of a acetate that's textured. This is from a German cookbook, and it's sort of a rainy scene. Decorated this pocket a little bit. Here's the center beads, and then another fun journaling card. I just love this retro family. And a tag with the Morton Salt Girl and a vintage flash card. And this is from a 70s craft magazine and an antique reproduction book page. Glittery raindrops. Beautiful sari silk. This just looks stormy to me. They're trying to clean up and go inside because they've got something happening over here. Here is one of the quilting hexagons, and I put a Boy Scout book image there. And then here's a journaling card and a flash card. I stapled this little image here. These are some very old scrapbook stickers that I've had since my son was born, so they're at least 18 years old. And here is another one of those lace, antique lace umbrellas. I turned this dictionary into a side pocket. Rain, Rain, Go Away, and another reproduction book page. A flip with some beautiful yellow thrown in and some silver rickrack. Isn't this a fun image right here? It's like a pen and ink. Here's an upside down pocket. This is one of the images from the Mystery Umbrella book that I decided to keep for myself. And this book, this is not the quote from the book, but I thought it might go with it. And then this is a poem from a We Sing book. This is from a very old little golden book, Quiz Fun, I think it's called. It belonged to one of my mom's cousins, and I'm still using pages from it. This is another public domain image and some vintage gift wrap made into a tag. Beautiful image here. And then on the back, I didn't really love the writing. It was just all over the page. So I sort of decoupaged a book image from a children's nursery rhyme book and then put a poem stanza here. Here's one of my daughter's watercolors. Eloise Wilkin. Here's that discontinued wallpaper, and it looked like the raindrops down glass. There's a Rita flip pocket with a journaling card and a scrap pad. Here's one of my paper tabs with the cloud. When I bought those clouds at Hobby Lobby, everybody that saw me with them and the lady at the checkout, they all squealed. They're like, I didn't know we had these. They are so cute. Here's an envelope made from a Eloise Wilkin picture of a storm, and then a little journaling card. Oops, I do that all the time. I grabbed like 3 sheets. Here's a Beverly Cleary quote. This is some Erin Condren paper. I'm hoarding it because I only have a few pages left, but oh my goodness, it is just so buttery and thick. You can put any kind of media on here and I think it won't show through. And then I put some washi. Here's a very large Eloise Wilkin image. And then I added some glossy accents to these raindrops. And here's an April card. Steno paper, vintage gift wrap. I stapled this umbrella here because it looked like these. Side pocket. This is a page from a very old math book, probably the early 30s, but it had a rainy day image on it. And this beautiful digital here. Kool-Aid dyed paper. This is a Kate Greenaway illustration. Fabric pocket with one of the quilted tags. And another journaling card. Here's a journaling card that I've attached with a brad. In the center we have a alcohol ink spray doily. Another quote. This one's from Dr. Seuss. The storm starts when the drops start dropping. When the drops stop dropping, then the storm starts stopping. I had to say that so many times yesterday without messing up. It was just like a tongue twister. Here's one of my created vintage looking rain checks. And this is an image from a 1950s yearbook. This is actually a football team. Look at that old Delta image back there. Flying to one of their, I guess, out-of-state games in the rain. And then here is a reproduction book page in this whole page pocket, full page pocket. Eloise Wilkin, love it. Another one of my daughter's images, and I put glossy accents on that little drop. And this is what you saw me do the other day. I added some raindrops to the Peter Rabbit illustration. And then here I've just stapled on a little bit of blue lace and put a bead dangle, a little black one. Stapled a little watercolor drop here. Beautiful trim that I got in an antique shop recently. Another one of my daughter's images of boots, and I put a little fabric behind it. Upside down pocket. And then two more journaling cards. This little dog. And so here's another page that I didn't want to have showing because I had nothing to do with the book. So I took a picture of Dick and Jane's little sister Sally and put it here, and then made it start raining on her. It was fun to do that. And then here is from a children's reader. And I've got an assortment of cards in that pocket. Okay, so this one is the reserved one. And then the last reserved one is right here. Now this one's tassel is not attached because she is sending me something to put on the spine as like an extra decoration before I add the tassel. But this is actually the book cover that Carol sent me, and it's beautiful with the yellow fabric and the blue sari. I just love this, the red, yellow, and turquoise together. Stunning. And I left almost all of the original page. I wanted some of the label from the education department to still show, but I did end up putting a pocket down here, and this is from a children's reader. And then this is from a children's encyclopedia. And this is one of those little ads that I think came out of Work Basket. A personalized umbrella you could order. And then here is one of the public domain images. I turned it into a tuck spot with some gray white cord cardstock. And this is an image from a book that I have about Charleston. which is just about 3.5 hours away from me. This little girl is standing on, I believe, the Folly Beach Pier in the rain. I've been on this pier many times. It's really cool that there's the book was published in the 60s, so it's really neat seeing photographs from places I love to go now and how they've changed. This is like a little extra part of a French textbook that was tucked inside a textbook that I bought at an estate sale, and it had an umbrella. You can see more on the other side. And then here is a washi tape piece. A quote: "Rainy days should be spent at home with a cup of tea and a good book." Cute little kids taking off their rain boots. Here is one of my daughter's watercolors, and this is one of the pages that I created using art tissue. So it's like bleeding art tissue. And this is one of the last ones that I have. I need to make more. This is from a science textbook. A piece of vellum with some batik fabric. I put a little raindrop on this page. And this is from my favorite illustrator, Guio Fujikawa. I hope I'm saying that right. And then inside a little reproduction page from a antique book. And then I stitched on the back of it an image from Ideals of a little girl looking out of a window. So cute. And then here is a little card that's attached with a brad, and then a paper tab or cardstock tab with a little cloud, pearlescent cloud. Here is an embossed vellum pocket and a paint chip tag with a little piglet, and "Be a rainbow in someone's cloud." A side pocket with a little cluster, and a little notepad page, and this beautiful digital. This is from a children's nursery rhyme book. Here is a verse from the Psalms. "He causes the mist to ascend from the ends of the earth. He makes lightning for the rain. He brings forth the wind from his treasuries." What beautiful imagery is that? Here's some more of those vintage, I guess, scrapbook stickers of the water drops. And this is a cool page of a water dropping. You'll see the other half in a minute. And then some vintage gray ribbon. A really cool stormy image here. Another beautiful book page of the forest animals in the rain. I love the way this artist draws the raindrops, like they're circles. This is some wallpaper that I thought looked like giant raindrops coming down. And I've sewn or glued, maybe I sewed, I don't remember, some upholstery trim. And then we have a journaling card, a public domain image, and a beautiful black and white image of a child. And this is from a little golden book right here, and then a cute little tag. Rainbow on that page. There's the bunnies. See the raindrops coming down? A belly band with some rickrack, and then this is a vintage Get Well card. This umbrella is sort of like a pop-out. There's the other side of that page. A dictionary definition and a journaling card. I love this page right here from Eloise Wilkin. "Now the rain is coming down. It makes the sidewalks shine. It makes umbrellas all go up and babies go inside." I mean, it's just simple words, but it's just adorable. Here is the vintage teardrop lace, and then a teardrop dangle. Or raindrop, I guess, not teardrop. Here's a tuck spot. This is just a digital flashcard, but this is a sheet from a very, very old Tale of Two Cities that I have, and it was all about rain. So I just tucked that in there because I like the way Charles Dickens worded this rain shower. And here's the antique lace umbrella. The other half of that French page. A double pocket with some tickets. And one of the quilted tags. A tuck spot from one of my daughter's watercolors with a little scrappy pad. And a side pocket here. These are actually samples from lighting cell. I don't really know what you call them, but we had some lighting that we needed in our kitchen, and it was a little too cold, and so we ordered some cells, which is like a big sheet of this, to put over the lights to warm them up, and they sent all of these to us to pick a color. So I've been loving using these in my journals. I just sewed some raindrops on. They're kind of loose on the edge. And then here's a little journaling card and an image from a book. I sewed in a flashcard here with some fabric and the Itsy Bitsy Spider. Here's another one of the fiber clusters I did. Tiny little book. Look at those kids. These are so fun to make. Here's a Bible verse from Leviticus on this battery looking paper. Come rain or come shine music. This is some sari silk, and I've attached another bead dangle with some silver seed beads and this beautiful beautiful turquoise bead. Another one of the clusters with the fiber. And I saw this on another channel just to add a little bit of interest to a page that's otherwise pretty plain. Fold the paper down in a haphazard way and zigzag stitch it. Isn't that so neat? I mean, like, so simple but so effective. Ideals page. Here's the Erin Condren again. These are just cutouts of fabric. This is a raw silk and this is upholstery. Here's a little envelope made with the Eloise Wilkin book. And a flashcard. Let's turn it this way because this page is more busy. Fabric cluster. A sprayed doily. Cute little boot. I used a stencil and I put little drops and then added the little shine with silver ink. And then another antique book image and that cute photograph of the children. A digital here. A digital journaling card here. One of my created rain checks. And the ad from Popular Mechanics. Oh, I don't think I showed you the beads on this one. These beads right here are not, they're not quite clear. I call them stormy because they just look kind of stormy. This is from another book. Yellow sari silk. Isn't that just lovely with the blue? And then here's a Rita flip, and then vintage gift wrap tag, and two more little cards. This is one of the little retro lady stickers. I crafted this little raincoat with fabric and sequins and glued it down to a little card. Not the best, but just experimenting with some new ideas. And here's a quilting hexagon that I've layered with fabric and lace. Fabric pocket. I thought the silver lines in this fabric looked like rain. I don't know if you can see the metallic thread woven through. And then here's a vintage flashcard and the little duck again. And then I've made a little cloud with the raindrops coming down. 2 more little cards in the bag. And fabric flip. And an upside down pocket. And I left the back page as it was because it's just so cute with a little cat taking a bath inside and staying warm and dry. Okay, so like I said, all 3 of these journals will be in my shop tonight, but 2 of them are reserved. So please don't purchase those unless you are the person who reserved it. And then the 3rd one, which is this guy right here, will be available for anyone to purchase. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I look forward to my next project. Still trying to narrow down what I want to do next. These took a little bit longer than I was hoping, so I need to do a space reset, clean my space up, and sort of reset my brain before I start on another project. But yes, these have been so fun to make, and like I said in an earlier video, I don't think it's coincidental that we've had record rainfall while I was working on these journals, so that just makes them even more special. So I hope all of you have a great afternoon, and check out my shop tonight at 9 p.m. if you're interested in this one. Talk to you soon. Bye.